The police tape on this gate is the only thing separating us from a crime scene that Quincy investigators are now calling a possible homicide. You are looking at a burger that we are about to devour in the next 20 minutes at 7 in the morning. We've got the garden here if you want to take a look just real quick. This is what we've already been doing the last few Fridays. When it comes down to each kid, what they get to spend, about $60. Cape Air needs 986 outgoing passengers for the month of December to get that $1 million bonus. A lot from the state capitol, including concealed carry here in Illinois, as well as some speed limit issues.
This decision very clearly has nothing to do with either open or concealed carry. It has everything to do with right to carry. Most states you can carry one way or the other. In Illinois, they have a complete ban on this fundamental right. You have no way to protect yourself in public places.
Tuesday's ruling stems from two federal court cases consolidated in May 2011. Mary Shepard was left for dead in a brutal beating 3 years ago while working in her church. While she had a license to carry a gun in 2 states, she was prohibited from doing so in Illinois. Soon after, Michael Moore of Champaign and Charles Hooks of Percy filed similar suits. The 2-to-1 ruling sided with their case, but left a number of unanswered questions.
The court, at the same time, stayed this decision for 180 days, which, if I understand it right, means that law enforcement can continue to enforce the law. But why would you want to enforce a law that has been declared unconstitutional?
Pike County Sheriff Paul Petty says nothing will change for law enforcement until further decisions are made.
If 180 days comes and we have not done anything, meaning the legislatures in Illinois, then obviously we'll be looking at other avenues. Until that time, we're not doing anything.
He's confident the state will allow some form of conceal or carry in the end.
Illinois, obviously being the 50th state, will have 49 other states to look over. It's not like they're just starting the process, which is a really good thing.
Dr. Dan Mefford says if the state can't agree on what to do in the next 6 months, Illinois will become a constitutional carry state. That would free a person from state regulations on carrying a firearm. Brooke Hasch, KHQA News, Pittsfield, Illinois.
Honoring our veterans for the respect that they're due is one of the most important things that comes out of the museum.
Bob Craig's story is one of thousands centered around the front lines of freedom throughout our country's history. His memories are part of a collection inside the All Wars Museum on the campus of the Illinois Veterans Home in Quincy.
I think it's something that needs to be done. There's been so much sacrifice for this country.
More than 5,000 artifacts date back to the 1600s.
Everything in the military as far as arms is in numerical order.
And when it came to a manufacturer of Civil War cannons,
out of the 387, this is number 1. World War I was the first war where gas was used. This is a type of alarm.
A more familiar sound during the attacks of World War II.
The World War II generation is known basically as a stoic generation that don't talk much. But when they're in here, they talk a lot.
Lifelike dioramas depict soldiers on the ground during the invasion of Normandy in 1944.
It shows the assault and the landing boats.
True recordings from D-Day can be heard in the backgrounds of each scene, some recognizable from past wartime movies.
This scene happens to be the bridge scene at the end of Saving Private Ryan.
This traveling whiteboard carries the names of thousands of Vietnam veterans who fought with the weight of the world on their shoulders. Kruno Markowicz is one of them. He's a resident at the Illinois Veterans Home who's lived through his share of war.
I've seen 3 of them. I was born in one in World War II, was in Vietnam. Third one was when Yugoslavia fell apart, 91 to 95.
Some may choose to read about history, but here you can relive it alongside a handful of veterans who volunteer at the museum. With our current armed forces overseas, you're guaranteed to find an ever-changing memorial for the present war on terrorism.
We have had a lot of stuff come in from the returning vets from Iraq and Afghanistan. We actually have a piece of marble from one of Saddam's palaces, and then also parts of a crystal chandelier in one of his palaces.
Pieces that provide a collective yet personal insight into wartime experience.
They're serving on behalf of all of us that are back here. And that's a gift that they give us while we're still living, and a gift that they give to the following generation.
Brooke Hasch, KHQA News, Quincy.